element. Okay, so I'm putting the recording on. So how have you been, ladies?
We've been okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We've been okay.
That's good. I saw you just last week, so I see Levi, Nela, are you with us? I see. Okay. Hi. Okay, so we're ready to go. So I have put in the chat, there is one survey that there's questions that I don't want to ask in the group, especially about your turnover and your job creation. That is our last survey that I sent out. I checked this morning, there was only 3 that's completed it. So please check that you've done that. We will go through all the list again and see if there's any other outstanding questionnaires. We're on communication with Nedbank to see if there is maybe possible for additional support, but it will obviously um, be determined by their resource availability and also on the participation on this program. So I'm sure Charlotte will talk to you as soon as she has more details and if this opportunity realizes. So if you can see on the screen, there's a QR code that you can scan and it will take you to the Mentimeter platform. And this is what I'm going to use just to guide us through our discussion tonight and make it a little bit more interactive than we had last time. So let's hope that everything works. You see, you will see on your screen, there's some question just to see if everybody can interact with the tool. If you could just type either on your phone or whatever you joined with and see if it works. Diet, I get that. Like a chicken. That is interesting. Positive. Glad to see that we still have some positive people in the room on a Thursday evening. Thank you so we are all on and we're all working together. So we're going to start with our questions just now, and some of the questions we're going to discuss. And some of it you could maybe type in like you've done here. But remember, this is a focus group, so we want to hear your voices. I would like to give you the opportunity to also put your mic on and talk so that we can hear your responses. Exhausted, good, tired, positive, and blessed. Oh, that's so nice. So I'm going to run into our first question. And remember, when we started, we were all excited, and now it's time to reflect on our journey. And our first question is, what aspects stood out for you the most, both personally and professionally? So this is one of those that you can type, or if you want to chat, you can open up your mic if you're too tired to type. While the others are typing away, you can give your response. We are not particular how we would like you to respond to this question. So if you think back, what aspects stood out the most for you personally and professionally on the program? So what things that, if you think back, was a highlight or lowlights?
I'll share.
Okay.
So the highlights that I had were the personal self-mastery that really helped me and understand for example, abundance blocks, made me understand some of the things that I was dealing with, or maybe that I was not aware of. And it made me aware that even one is running a business or a business owner, but it starts with you. So that was the big aha moment. And yeah, so that was one of them. And obviously understanding the business acumen, that was good, especially from a financial perspective. I've been able to make decisions based on that. And yeah, so that has been, and then sales and marketing has played a big role as well. That has actually really changed the way I do business. I see business and how I interact with others, having an intention, having a purpose. So yeah, so I will say those three have been my highlights. Thank you.
Thank you. That's nice to hear. And I can see that there was definitely some personal impact as well. Is there anybody else that'd like to share? I see these 2 responses on the screen. Also personal mastering coming up, as well as identifying strengths and weaknesses. Anybody else wants to share something? All right, doesn't look like it. I'm going to move to the next question. This one we will have to talk, I suspect. So, which teaching and learning method did you find the most innovative or impactful? So you had different facilitators, and there was different teaching methods that were used. You had some mentoring, we had the simulation. So which ones do you feel that maybe you found it very interesting or innovative or impactful?
Okay, sorry, I'll just jump in since it's
That's
still fresh in my mind. Definitely the teachings of Paul, the simulation, that was amazing. I am not a financial person, never studied accounting at school, but he really made it so easy and so practical. And because we were doing it and we were being like practical about everything, it still stuck with me even today. So that one for me was just amazing. It just blew my mind. And the teachings of Kim, they were fantastic as well, because that really forced me to go back within and reflect and really apply what I have learned. So it was really not about just learning and say, okay, I'll do it one day. It really encouraged you. It really kind of put you in a space that you need to go back and really do the work, because it is really about doing the work. Self-mastery is really about doing the work. And then thirdly, Jacques' teaching, very practical. And I've taken most of his teachings and I've really applied to what I'm currently doing now. And there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of changes that I'm doing. So overall, I think I can just underline it and say that practicality of the teaching was the highlight for me. And that's what I really enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you. Khumugelo, would you like to add something on that?
Hey, hi.
Hi.
You know, I've learned a lot, ne? And I remember the last week I even told you that this program made, especially the stimulation module, it really helped me because it changed the way I think in terms of business, and it made me be aware of my capabilities, and it really helped me to channel myself in terms of where I'm heading, because it made me think and evaluate where my business is. And yeah, I feel like the stimulation really played a major role in terms of my business growth and where my business is heading.
You.
Thank you.
Gnotse. Oh, I'm tired today. Gnotse.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
So, what stood out for me, it was obviously like Kim's teachings, because primarily I think there was a lot that I needed to deal with, myself personally. So there was a lot of light coming from her, from that direction, and from that kind of a teaching. For example, neurology for me, it was like a no-go topic. I was not even like thinking about it, so that stood out, especially the head and the heart and the gut. I don't know, what do you call it, like a triangle. So now I can make constant and solid and sober decision. And yeah, also Heiki's teachings on, I think it was like on our module 2 about goal setting and goal achievement. That really stood out for me, about like goal setting and like affirmation, self-talk and all that. But I think over all and above, like most the mentorship session on module 3 as well, know that knowing or running a business without you being the center of it, I think for me that was like a aha moment, like a highlight of it all, because I come from a non-profit sector. I'd never thought of the business sector of it all. And yeah, I think during this session, while we're busy doing it, I actually registered a business, but it's unidentified. So I think, like I said to Charlotte and everybody else, if I could do this, I would do this again. Yeah.
Thank you. And then I'm going to ask Nelia if she'd also like to comment.
Hi. Everything was very informative, but definitely what stood out for me was Paul's session. Finances, numbers, that's my thing. So I thoroughly enjoyed it because, yeah, I did accounting in high school and varsity, but I don't think I've experienced it uh, in the manner that Paul presented it to us. And it was very practical. I enjoyed it. I think a lot of things stuck in my head, and I get it a bit more now. So yeah, I thoroughly
Oh,
enjoyed it.
that's nice to hear. So our next question, ladies, for tonight is, has your leadership approach or style evolved due to this program? So have your leadership style and approach changed? Just close my window.
Yeah, I think mine totally, because again, coming from the nonprofit sector, I do a lot of charity work. So sometimes I don't really use my head or my gut. I just use my heart. You pour out so much into people, and then you just left there all alone. And at the end of the road, you feel like you're pouring out into community so much while you're not pouring out into your own. But also, um, in a way that I say now that I want to move more into, the typical business sector, like your PDY LTD, knowing, having been equipped on leadership and also on running a business, knowing that I will do things with more caution. Yeah. You are muted, Mariette.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think also there's other things happening in the background. I think someone's trying to get onto the meeting with the wrong link. So sorry about that. Thank you for that feedback, Khonse. Is there anybody else that want to talk about their leadership style and how that maybe has changed?
Yeah, I'll share. My leadership style, I've definitely seen a change. In a sense that I am no longer in the business, but I'm on top of my business, which means that I am looking at my business from an aerial view and looking at in a sense of saying, okay, what do I need to do for the next week? Or what does, not me, but what does the business need to do? Where does the business need to go? You know, what does the business have to do? Because I found that by me doing that, then it becomes easier for me, one, to delegate what needs to be delegated. So I don't have to do everything myself. And two, it then gives me time to have a vision, to think more broadly and really focus on the external of the business versus the internal of the running of the business. Because before I found myself being in the business and really focusing on what I was doing and not really seeing what is happening outside and really not being out there. But now it has kind of changed the way I look at things, the way I see things, the way I interpret things within the business space. So that is really what has changed. And I must say that it's just given me so much relief to do other things that I never thought I'd be able to do, which is good, which is great. And yeah, so that's how basically it has changed my leadership style. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wants to share? Our next question, can you describe a real situation where you've applied something from the program in your business or your leadership practice? This one can also be typed in if you don't want to put on your mic or just want to give us a short note, but you're welcome to chat to us. So any real situation that when you finish dealing with it, that you decide that you realize that you've actually used some of the skills that this program has delivered and you've actually seen some results, or you've tried something that you learned about in one of the workshops and how you experienced that.
I had a situation like I think a few days ago. I needed to do background checks in which I've never done background checks because again, in a nonprofit we just accept everyone and anyone. So this lady, I wanted to sponsor her to do a trauma counseling course, and then we needed to have matric for that. And she forever told me she had matric, but I never asked for her papers. And then now I had to apply for a trauma counseling course, which was as well sponsored. And then she hesitated on giving me papers, only to find out that she didn't have matric. So then I just asked everyone on the team, from volunteers to board members, hey, I need all the papers, in which previously I wouldn't have done that. You just take everybody in out of sympathy and you're like, no, let's do this. But I also realized, like in business or even in a nonprofit, you can't move on forward when you have falsified document or you don't know where people come from, because then you don't know how to equip them going forward. And if you work with people that you haven't equipped, then your organization or your company is suffering from that. So yeah, that's what's for me.
So what, which module did you learn that in?
It's not, I don't think it's from being, it's not from any module specifically, but it's from, I think, the interaction of how to run a business. I can't pinpoint if I learned it from here, but on how to, when you run a business, like things like background check and all that,
Okay.
it needs to be applied.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else wants to share?
I can share.
Thank you.
So sure, what I've learned from this program has been amazing. Like I said, but what really standing out, and which is something that I'm currently doing, is something the method that Jacques taught us, and around LinkedIn. The importance of it and all the detail, I won't go into it, but the practicality of it was that spend 20 minutes a day, and it's either you are looking for prospects, it's either you are interacting with other people on the platform. Do something that will take your business forward, you know, because when you're building a brand, or when you're a brand, you need to be visible. People need to see what you're doing. And that is something that I have religiously been doing every single day, except for the Friday, except for the weekend. And I have seen, and one of the things that he taught us was that approach at least 20 people a day. So connect with 20 people a day. And I've done that. And the response that I've received has been so amazing. And through that, I've been able to now collaborate with some of the people within the space that I'm in. I'm able to build, you know, reconnecting. So it's been such amazing. So that for me has really played a huge role. So when I came into the program, I had about 530 people, I think followers, or I don't know what they call them. Now I'm sitting at 679. So
Wow.
me, that has been a game changer. And that's one strategy that I'm not going to stop, because I'm seeing the results and I'm seeing the connections, you know, that are coming out of that. So for me, that is the big one.
Okay, so
Thank
you've
you.
expanded your business network.
Yes, absolutely.
That's great. Question 5, what challenges did you face when trying to implement what you've learned from the program? So we want to hear that, you know, if there anything is that you tried to implement that you thought, I'm going to go back and do this in my business. Did you experience any challenges when you're trying to implement your learnings? Can you help us with that question?
Hello. Hi.
Hey.
I before I had self-doubt, I had internal challenges, which were self-doubt and imposter syndrome, So before I would question my what challenge did you face, Okay, before I would question my ability, So it's still something that I am unlearning, questioning my ability, but I'm way better than when I started the program. I have more belief in myself, and yeah, I'm reaching for the stars.
Thank you. Did anybody try to maybe implement some of the finance things they've learned and find that that was difficult?
Marietta, I think I'll
Yes.
say that I'm not there yet. Um, Practicing it was good, and I did promise myself that I was going to do it every month and sit with the books. But to be honest, I haven't gotten to that point of actually doing it. So I think that is I will put it as an opportunity for me to start working on that aspect of the business. So
Okay.
that would be, yeah, that would be my opportunity, if I might put it like that. I won't say a challenge as such.
Okay. And maybe some of you tried to do the networking or the marketing and also didn't get to that. Or tried the marketing skills that you've learned and found that it wasn't as easy.
The marketing skills, I want to expand my business and target the private sector. So what I've done now, I've requested the person who's responsible for my branding to rebrand most of my things and to be specific, because my business plan, my website was a bit not all over the place, but I felt like I was doing a lot of things. So
Mhm.
after the stimulation, I had to sit down and I had to choose what do I enjoy and what can, like, I had to choose a niche and say, this is
Mm.
my niche. Whatever business opportunities that are not within my niche, I'm not gonna entertain it, because I feel like if you are entertaining a lot of things, there is no room for growth.
Mm.
So yeah, so
Okay, thank you for that.
Um,
Yes, do you want
yeah.
to share something, Nila?
No, I just want to say that I definitely still struggle with the networking.
Uh,
Speaking to people is not my, I can't even say it's not my thing. I just can't do it, but I'm really trying. Hopefully with time I'll get it right.
yeah, I think you also
Mm,
will learn that the things
yeah.
that you try that first are the things that you're probably more comfortable with, and the things that you leave, where
Mm,
you networking for someone else, it might be the accounting.
yeah, exactly. I can,
Trigger.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
really struggling in that department, but I'm trying to push myself. So we'll
Ah.
see.
What are the most significant mindset skills or lessons you're taking with you beyond the program? So what if someone else comes to you and say to you they want to do this program, what is it about? What would you say is the most significant mindset or skills or lessons that you learned and going to take forward? This one can
For
also
me,
be type.
oh,
Yes, Nela.
for me, I'd say the leadership skills. Uh, they definitely do play a big role in your company, your employees. They set the mood, if I can put it that way. So I definitely learned a lot in terms of differentiating the difference between a manager and a leader, and how a leader operates. And I think there are definitely ways you can, I don't have the right place to put it, I'm sorry. But yeah,
No
I
worries.
think just it's very important what type of leader you choose to be. So it ultimately determines what type of team you have for your organization. So yeah, I think that's one of the few things that I like.
Good. And
Uh,
let's see.
for me, it will be, I think, goal setting and goal achievement. Um, you know, critically teaching people how to set goals, because I think we are introduced to a lot of things, and like Kamo said, you need to set your niche. You need to know which one is aligned to my mission, vision, and my goals, and seeing that falling into place before maybe starting yet the new one or getting excited about a new thing all the time. So yeah, setting
Yeah, that's hard.
setting realistic goals and seeing it to fruition until you introduce another one. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else wants to add something? Question 7. Can you share any specific ways the program has helped you grow your business? So I've heard that the network has been grown, but the actual business.
Mariette, can you please elaborate more on this question? I'm just not understanding it.
Okay, so we want to know a bit more about how you feel the program has grown. We've heard a lot about yourself and your network, but your actual business. Did you find more clients? Did you have more staff, or did you find a new market? Did you find new products? Yeah. So how did your actual business develop or grow from this program?
It hasn't grown, but as I said, I'm planning on expanding the market for myself. So I believe it'll grow. And since I said I want to I want to include private sectors as my clients. So I'm hoping for growth there.
Okay. So you obviously have a growth plan now.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to hear. We'll check in with you in a couple of months to hear if your plans are going well. Anybody else that want to comment?
Okay, so what I can say is due to the networking, I've seen an increase in potential clients, as well as some of the clients that have converted into clients, which is good, which is individuals. So when I looked at my turnover, I saw a 70% increase in turnover, which is good. And secondly is I've just gotten someone in as a virtual assistant who's going to help me with social media, with marketing and all. So and this is going to be based on solely on obviously where I'm taking the business to. And I've just launched rebranded, not really rebranded, but it's a new brand altogether, which is really going to be focused on what I'm wanting to do going forward. Because as Kamo was saying, I was serving everything and everyone, and that was not helping. So I've literally just narrowed everything down, and based on where I'm going or the vision for the new brand, I'll definitely need that assistance. So that's basically where I am.
That's
Thank you.
good news. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to share? Okay, the next question. How effective was the program in preparing you to grow and lead your business more strategically?
Okay, so how effective is the program in preparing me to grow? Definitely very effective. I think this is the one thing that I was waiting for, that needed to happen in my life, in my space. And being in business almost 5 years before I started the program, I was at the point where I was feeling stuck, not knowing what to do. And the program just came at the right time. And it really ignited the vision that I had and actually helped align it to where I needed to be, because I had done a lot of things and trying this and trying that, but nothing was coming together. So it was literally, it has just been so effective in a way that I cannot really thank NetBank enough, thank the mentors as well as the coaches, the trainers that really helped us through this journey. So I'm really grateful for this program, for this opportunity, because now I am now able to sit and really see my business from a strategic point of view as to where I want to go. So yeah, so it's been very, very effective, very effective. Thank you.
Anybody else would like to talk a bit about the strategic aspects of the program and how it helped you to grow your business strategically? I did hear some in the comments in the previous questions about, working on your business and not in your business, seeing it a bit more from a different point of view. I heard a little bit about niching down, picking your niche. Anybody else wants to comment on this question? Let's think that. Oh, yes.
Oh, on the first session we had with Kim, she mentioned something like we must not put everything in the same boiki. Like don't put old experiences into new pots. So in a way that evolve every day and every now and then and be vulnerable. So always look for new opportunities, always look for growth. So I think when you run a business, you tend to always your old ways, because those are better ways and they're easy ways, but look more into challenging ways. So that has also helped me to be strategic about the things that I do, because I know that, okay, we're not going to use the old method because obviously they didn't work or the season is over, but we must look for more growth opportunities. Yeah.
What additional support or resources would have helped you during or after the program? So let us hear a bit about if you felt that during the program or after the program, if there's any need for more support or resources.
I think on my side is it would probably be nice to probably have one-on-one support. We've had our mentoring sessions in groups. We've had obviously the one mentoring session with Kim, which is one-on-one, which I really felt it was very, very effective. I really enjoyed that when we went through the the results of our, what's it called, Enneagram. So that was good. And I think maybe if possible going forward, having those one-on-one sessions to kind of see where we're at, and maybe kind of have a open door or a doorway to say that if one has a question, then you are able to ask or, work through things, some sort of, yeah, like a one-on-one. That's what I probably think would be helpful. Thank you.
So one-on-one mentoring, coaching, that type of thing. Okay.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think I agree with Klengiwe because, like I said previously, you don't want to run with your old experience. We had our sessions, and obviously now new ideas are gonna come. But if you work with a mentor one-on-one, you can constantly check with them if this is still in alignment or just another excitement or something like that. So if we can walk a road with each one of the mentors, that will be great.
Okay. That's good input. We will definitely send that along to our sponsors. Anybody else? Babysitting, cooking services. Any support?
That'd be good. I'd love that.
I mean, financially, we can all say, yes, drop a 10 mil in my account. I have a project. Yeah, but yeah.
Yes, okay. So mainly the mentoring support as an additional resource. How do you plan to continue your leadership and business development journey after the program? So what is your plans, ladies? Is there like some new program on the horizon that you also want to join, or have you decided to continue your studies, or are you just going to try and get the principles you've learned in this program down, or you may be thinking of getting yourself a business mentor? What is your plans? How are you going to continue to develop?
So like I said before, I recently registered a company with CIPC and all that. So I'm looking to be mentored more into that and not the section where I come from, like the nonprofit center, but in business typically. So like I always say again now, I think maybe next year or on the third one, I will just enroll myself again, just to refresh my brains and start, with a fresh perspective. I'm venturing more into business.
Okay.
Because I am running a nonprofit, but I have other board members who did not do this course. And now I come with this idea. It's like, where do you come from now? So yeah, I'm not avoiding conflict of interest, but I see it rising now because I think I'm challenging brains that have not been into these programs. They don't know what is it about. So maybe when I enroll myself again, I'm bringing them along as well while I'm venturing into business. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Any other plans to continue your development, your personal development or your business development?
So my plan for this year is to complete my master's. I'm doing my master's in business psychology. So that's a big one for me. And then I've just joined Toastmasters, and Toastmasters for obviously to help me with my leadership as well as my communication. Yeah, so those are the two big ones that I'm continuing doing, and I'm still contemplating. I'm still trying to decide. I wanted to do one of Kim's courses. Yeah, as a neuro coach, but specifically one is that because I deal with corporates, I want to put together programs for my corporate clients So that's where I'm thinking of. But yeah, those are the 3 areas that I'm thinking that I am in. Or yeah, the one of them obviously is not confirmed as yet, but the 2 is definitely, that's what I'm busy with. Thank you.
Kamogelo, any development plans for you next?
I want to bring someone on board that will help me carry the weight of my business, because most of the time I'm the one who's doing everything. So my plan is to get someone on board, and then we'll take it from there.
Good to hear. And Nella, any development plans for you or your business?
I think just like I definitely need to bring someone on board with things such as sales and marketing, because that's definitely not my strongest point. And I definitely need to bring in more business, because I've been depending on one consistent client, and obviously that's not sustainable. So I need to be able to reach new potential clients. And also I've been in rental property, but I think I've definitely scaled it, trying to scale it up a bit. So yeah, that's what I'm also busy with right now.
Sounds good. Hire the skills that you're not good at.
Yes, definitely.
That's a good plan. Okay. Is there anything else about the experience, the growth, or the feedback on the program? Is there anything else you'd like to share regarding your experience, the growth, feedback of the program? Even if it's like maybe the days were too long or too short, or that you wish you could spend more time with the facilitators. I've heard that you would like to have more mentoring on a longer term basis, which really makes sense. Anything else you'd like to share?
I will just add on to what Hlengiwe and Khonzi have said. Definitely, I think we need, or you guys would, I think you guys need to maybe consider one-on-one mentoring, and they'll be very helpful, especially for someone like myself who's not her best self in a group setting. So I think that'll be very beneficial. So.
Sounds good. Any other comments? Right. So obviously, we have your comments on the mentoring continued, but we then assume that everything else was nice and you enjoyed the time. There's no additional comments. I think we can close the meeting. Leon, do you want to say anything to the ladies? Do you have a question to follow up before I close the session?
No, I think you did well, and thank you for your participation in this focus group, ladies. I just would like to remind you that if you want to monitor your progress of your business for the scaling, I've posted that link again, so you don't forget. You can do it once a month for free. And then also we are in discussions with with Nedbank to open up more opportunities for you, but it will definitely depend on how well you give us feedback on, and especially in that the last form that Mariette has just posted now there, that one. That is the most critical one that we need your details for, because based on the feedback that you give us, we give it that to Nedbank, and they are quite open to our recommendations, it seems. So we can't promise anything yet. It's still in discussions, but there are potential that some of the things you wanted here might come to fruition.
Yeah, so please, that is the last survey that I've posted up. I understand there was a lot of surveys and you think you've done one and then it comes back. Unfortunately, we're trying to get the system that it's better that you could see you've done it. But if I don't see it on my side, then we have to say that you haven't done it. So please, this one, as Leon said, this is what Nedbank, you also saw last week at the awards. This is the things that they were telling everybody about, how the businesses did and the metrics that they were sharing with everybody. And I don't know if you've noticed that our program, we didn't have the exact same metrics available because we were still finishing up and we're still gathering the information. But going ahead, they would want to know, you know, your revenue that you've increased and your additional staff and how you grow the business, because at the end of the day, that's also what the project is for them. The main aim is for you to grow your business and create employment. Okay, is there any other comments or questions?
Yes, Marietta, this is for Leon. Leon, when we had our last mentoring session, I did mention that I did not receive my report and you were meant to send it to me, and I have not received it as yet.
Okay, I can do something about that. What's your name again? Who spoke now? Was it?
Slengi,
Oh, okay. What's your business name?
Zalf Enterprises.
Okay, I see it there. I wonder why you didn't receive it. Did you?
I think,
You made a spelling mistake.
yes, there's a spelling mistake.
Okay, okay. So you just need to, okay, I've got it here for you.
Awesome.
Please type your email address there. I'll send it to you immediately.
Okay, should I put it on the chat box?
Yes, please.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, ladies. Then, is there any other questions?
Not on my side, but a big thank you to everybody. Thank you
Thank
so,
you for
so,
your
so,
time
so.
as well. We
Yeah.
really appreciate you guys coming through. We're really rooting for you to grow and, you know, all the best. And please don't ignore us in a couple of months' time if we check in with you to find out how your business is doing. As we mentioned, this is how Nedbank tracks the project, and they look at least 18 months into the future so that they can see whether the program has yielded results. So please don't ghost us when we ask you to let us know how it's going.
So just Marietta, just a question regarding that going forward. So what does it look like? Is there structure? Is there certain structures going to happen? Like you say, you're going to check up on us? Is it just so that I think maybe we are aware or
So our discussions is to check in once every quarter, and it will probably be similar to what we've done tonight, a Google form that asks a bit of the sensitive questions, and then maybe just to check in on a quick Zoom meeting to see how things going and, you know, to get more detailed information from you. That's at this stage what we've agreed to. As Leon mentioned, if there's additional support through mentorship or other interventions, we'll let you know.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hi,
But yes,
oh,
Nina.
sorry. And I just wanted to, because I did express to Charlotte that I was not well last week when you guys were with Nedbank. So I just wanted to know how can I receive my certificate, because I would love to also receive one.
I'm not sure if Charlotte took the ones that didn't attend. Best would be to just drop her a mail and ask her. I'm not sure if they are still at Nedbank or she took the one. There was 2 ladies that couldn't make it. Unfortunately, I can't answer that question right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
But please reach out to us if there's something that comes to mind and you feel, you want to share anything with us. We are always, interested in what you are doing and also what's happening in business. And perhaps, if there's another need, maybe we can do something. Okay. Then I'm going to let you go, ladies. Thank you so much again. Tell the other ladies that I'll see them in the morning. We've got another session like this tomorrow morning. And hopefully you all have a good night and we will see each other again.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Good night,
Thanks.
everyone.
Good night.